Can't wait to the Ren party. As always, it's just dropped Money Game Part 3. This is much anticipated, especially after checking out Money Game Part 1 and 2. Both banging tunes, in my opinion. Cannot wait for Money Game Part 3. I cannot wait. So the wait is over. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're starting with the keyboard and probably Ren's knees. Right, all right. Let's see what this is all about. Okay. Very dramatic Beethoven-style intro. Nice. Oh, he's got the Money Game thing on. Pillowcase. Shout out for the piano playing. Shout out for the piano. This is incredible, by the way. I just want to say that. I run it back in again. Weird ass angles on this. Okay. I'm intrigued. Starting this off like Violet's Tale.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old, he was walking.
Right, we're going down the Jenny and Screech route. I know we said the boy named Jimmy, etc. And the fact that he come in with the ooh at the beginning, that did just remind me of, like I said, Violet's Tale. So I wasn't far wrong when I said that. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Let's go.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old, he was walking. 3 years old, walking quickly. 4 years old, he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 7.
Right, okay. We're painting a picture here of somebody who has been born into this philosophy that money rules the world. You're going to be clever. You know, he's paying for private tuition. I'm trying to think of everything that he's just said. Basically, Jimmy is being moulded by his dad and by the system, etc. Now he's hacking stuff and wow, okay, that is one old looking computer. Let's go take it back a minute. This is very dramatic. It's very atmospheric. I like it. It's very much. There's a lot of bravado from Ren in this. Let's go.
2 ends, 14, solving complex mathematical equations at 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18.
It's like the Wolf of Wall Street, isn't it? It's almost like he's describing the Wolf of Wall Street. This is brilliant.
In the share, not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself.
If you manipulate the data, the lie will sell itself. This is, if it's not based on the Wolf of Wall Street, it is very, very similar to all the ideals that he's coming out with. Is basically, now that you're a man, you can find out by yourself that the people in the world, you know, are not going to wipe your bum for you. You are going to have to make your own money, but you can do it underhandedly, and then, like you say, the lie will tell the truth. It's like, wow, this is like. I'm like the way, especially with the glass as well. It just reminds me of like Leonardo DiCaprio going like that with the, you know, when he's blagging everybody in the film or tricking them. Oh, this is brilliant.
Just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite.
Right, now Ren is pointing out things that's wrong in the world as well, like selling arms and you know, you're always looking for that extra bit, you know, to get bigger, seat in the Senate, etc. Selling bombs and arms and stuff. He's also having, you know, like someone who's that obsessed with money and greed and everything that comes with it. Is doing a lot of wrong in the world. It's basically stepping on people to make their own life better. I think that's the basic, like the backbone message of this song. And then he's obviously saying he's like selling arms to stuff and that, which is like all the wrong stuff. He doesn't care what happens if a World War III happens, because this guy is making his money, and that's all he cares about. And that's the mindset that's been instilled to him from a very, very early age, is what Ren's portraying here, I think. It's very, very well put together, this.
27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Wow. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilo.
As soon as he mentioned Cuba, before they even got to them little bricks there that they cut open, I was thinking, right, okay, so now he's going down the cartel route. Now he's going to drug smuggling and drug dealing, etc. Just get more money, more money, greed, everything that's wrong in the world. Let's go.
In second place, 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. "35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone." 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic.
So now he's turned to his own product, his own drink, his own drugs to try and deal with this grief of his dad dying next. That's the picture he's painting now. Wow, this is brilliant. I love it.
Your father had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon.
Yes.
39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour.
Do you know what I like about this as well? Because basically the guy's on his way, he's slumping, he's on his way back down, and as the way REN'S portrayed this, he's got up, he's all nice and neat, and he's the showman, he's the guy who's the front man to all these little schemes and scams that he does to make himself look good. Now, as the booze and the, like you said, chasing the dragon and stuff is kicking in, REN'S undone the tie, undone the shirt, unbuttoned the bottom bit of this blazer and stuff, and actually looks like a drunk. You know what I mean? It's really, really innovative the way he's done that.
Less and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen. That is the message here. You know, he's even tried to pull one over on the cartel, like you said, and they've shot at him, and now he's got life-changing injuries. Okay.
Walking again. Fuck.
This story's brilliant. Just like Jenny and Screech, the way it's being told. I love it. What? Yeah, like,
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
Facts. That is absolute facts. This is REN'S speaking out on the behalf of those people who don't get any money. He sees all these people who's got, you know, they can have all the money in the world, but they're not happy. They've got all the money in the world, but it can't save his legs. He's gone from a big rise where he's stepped over and made his shortcuts to get to where he is, and now made a couple of bad decisions obviously after his dad died, and now this money cannot fix him. Take more than you need, stuff like that. I know he's greedy people. All it is about greed. This is the Money Game series is all about greed, but I think the way he's explaining it in this one has heightened it more than the other two. It's really, really good, and I'm engrossed.
Him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
Facts.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines.
Yes.
Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention?
Yeah.
Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution.
Over money, yeah.
everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains.
Yes.
But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds.
Yes.
Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Wow. Poetry. Some powerful poetry, that.
"45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate, with a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game."
Wow. Wow. That was awesome. And I love the way he went back and did the whole poetry thing. I didn't want to pause any of it because I just wanted to listen to what REN'S message. I'm basically saying, if you start out talking about the petri dishes and the way things grow and then kill themselves, not metaphorically as well as actually, is like the teachings, the way you're nurtured to believe certain things by certain people can be ultimately the master of your own downfall in the end. Because if you start chasing that money, chasing that whatever, the next thing gets far too greedy, like anything in the world. This just happens to be about money. But like if you take too much, there's always a bad sign. If you're taking too much from somewhere, or you're making your life easier, somewhere else in the world, somebody else is struggling more. It's like even with laziness and stuff like that. If someone's being lazy when you're in a workforce, all the other people have to work twice as hard. Do you know what I mean? Because that one person's not part of the cog of the machine. And it's the same in money. You're taking too much, you're taking it from there. You know what I mean? And then ultimately that leads to a big, massive imbalance in people's living conditions. It leaves a big imbalance in people's poverty, to people being rich. You know, and it's all these corporate tycoons, all these people who can't even afford to buy bread. You know, there's two massive big spectrums there that REN'S trying to convey here. You know what I mean? And the fact that it's imbalanced and unfair. I mean, people step on people all the time. Don't get me wrong. But then when they step over them for greed and greed and greed, they end up with no friends, they end up with no life, but they end up with a crap load of money. The other people, the poor people, end up with a lot of friends. They do end up with a lot of friends and a community, because they all look out for each other. And that's that. You know, poorer people, or people living like even in council estates and stuff, they're all communities. All these rich people living in their houses all on their own, are all lonely. Are all having to deal with their own problems when an actual problem arises. Like obviously when his dad died, the portrayal of his dad dying. Do you know what I mean? It's some people would say, due to that, they'd say you've made your bed, you lie in it. You know, you've screwed everyone over, and now you want our help. Well, no. You know what I mean? You're on your own, and that's why he's ended up getting the gun. It's 45. He's put it to his head. He's got no other way out, and that's it. You know what I mean? Because he's lonely. He's got no one to turn to because he's messed his life up. He's alienated everyone else in his world to just get one thing: money.
I'm talking about this.
What an absolutely brilliant way to portray this message that Ren put out there. And like I said, the one take video again, absolutely fantastic. Great filming from Sam. And like I say, all the extras. Which one was Knox? Because I imagine he was in that somewhere. But they all had bags on their head, so I don't know. But yeah, wow. That gave me the same sort of feeling and vibes as, like, say, Jenny and Screech. It was, it's up there with them. It's brilliant. Oh, wow. I'm upset that I've bloody come to the end of this video now. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and if you like my videos, then please hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you all on the next video.